In this video, we'll dissect the core philosophies behind Warren Buffett's success, which emphasize patience, value investing, and avoiding risky trends. So stick around because we're about to reveal the secrets behind this substantial wealth-building strategy. Let's first tell you about Peter, who's always seemed to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Born into a modest family, he never had the luxury of a trust fund or a high-profile education. While his friends were cruising on luxury yachts or bragging about their latest tech gadgets, Peter struggled to make ends meet. Yet despite the odds stacked against him, Peter managed to build a fortune that would make even the most seasoned investor notice. But how did he do it? The answer lies in the wisdom of Warren Buffett. Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, is often hailed as one of the greatest investors ever. His approach to wealth building is not about chasing the latest trends or making quick, flashy moves. Instead, it's grounded in a few simple principles that can be applied regardless of one's starting point. For Peter, these principles became a blueprint for his financial transformation. What are those principles? Let's discuss. Number 5. Surround yourself with mentors. Buffett has always stressed how important it is to have mentors and positive influences in your life. For instance, when Buffett was at Columbia University, he had Benjamin Graham as a teacher and mentor. Graham was a renowned economist and investor, and Buffett often says that Graham changed my life. That's how impactful having the right mentor can be. Having mentors can provide you with invaluable knowledge and guidance. These people have been through the ups and downs of building wealth and can share their experiences with you. They can offer advice on investment strategies, career moves, and business decisions that you might not have considered. Secondly, being around successful and driven individuals can raise your standards and expectations. When you surround yourself with ambitious people and achieve great things, it creates a high-performance environment that pushes you to improve. You're likely to pick up habits and mindsets that contribute to success. If your friends and colleagues constantly strive for more, it's easier to adopt that mindset and set higher goals for yourself. Buffett's advice doesn't just stop at finding mentors. He also suggests that you should surround yourself with people who exhibit behavior you want to emulate. If you're around driven, hardworking, and successful individuals, you're more likely to adopt those traits yourself. It's a bit like having a personal advisory board. These people don't just offer advice, they set an example of what's possible. But it's not only about adding positive influences to your life, it's also about evaluating your current relationships. Research shows that people with supportive and reliable partners, whether in their personal lives or careers, are more successful and satisfied. If you find some of your relationships dragging you down, it might be worth considering how these dynamics affect your motivation and success. It doesn't mean you should rush to make big relationship changes. Instead, think about how the people around you impact your goals and ambitions. Are there relationships that are holding you back? Or perhaps you have the opportunity to help someone else grow, which in turn could benefit you as well. Number 4. Defining success by your internal scorecard. Warren Buffett is famous for his calm, calculated approach to wealth building. One principle he holds dear is defining success by your internal scorecard. This principle isn't just about making smart financial moves, it's about aligning your goals and values with your standards, rather than letting society or others dictate your path. Let's break this down in a way that's easy to digest. Imagine you're at a dinner party, and everyone's talking about their latest big purchase or career move. It's tempting to feel like you need to keep up, right? But Buffett would argue that's the wrong way to go about it. Instead, he'd encourage you to ask yourself, am I happy with where I am? Am I living up to my own standards? Here's a quote from the Oracle of Omaha that drives this point home. The big question about how people behave is whether they've got an inner scorecard or an outer scorecard. It helps if you can be satisfied with an inner scorecard. But what does this mean in practice? Well, let's say you're offered a high-paying job that would look great on your resume, but it would mean less time with your family. The outer scorecard might push you to take it for the prestige and money, but your inner scorecard might value family time more highly. According to Buffett's principle, you should decide based on what truly matters to you, not what others might think. This principle isn't just about career decisions, though. It applies to all aspects of life. Maybe you enjoy painting as a hobby, but are not exceptionally skilled at it. The outer scorecard might tell you to give it up because you're not good enough. But if it brings you joy and fulfillment, your inner scorecard will encourage you to keep at it. Buffett learned this principle from his father, shaping his approach to business and life. He's famous for living in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500, despite being one of the wealthiest people in the world. Why? Because his inner scorecard values simplicity and doesn't need the external validation of a mansion. Here's another interesting fact. Buffett once said that he measures himself by internal yardsticks, such as how well he explains something to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders. It's not about the stock price or what financial analysts say, but about how well he communicates with and serves his shareholders. This principle can be potent when it comes to setting and achieving goals. Instead of chasing after what society deems successful, like a certain job title or salary, focus on what truly matters to you. Maybe your goal is to start a small business that allows you to pursue your passion, even if it doesn't make you a millionaire. If that aligns with your inner scorecard, that's success. It's important to note that this doesn't mean ignoring feedback or living in a bubble. It's about filtering external input through your values and priorities. Number 3, spend smart. Warren Buffett often emphasizes that intelligent spending is crucial to financial freedom. Being strategic about how you spend your money can make a huge difference, transforming someone struggling financially into someone who can build real wealth. Buffett's philosophy revolves around finding a balance between enjoying life and avoiding the pitfalls of debt. He suggests that one of the best pieces of advice for young people is to avoid debt altogether. Imagine having more money in your savings account at the end of the month or not feeling stressed every time you swipe your credit card. This peace of mind is worth its weight in gold. Consider the little everyday decisions that can chip away at your finances. Maybe it's the impulse buying of the latest gadget or grabbing takeout when you've got a delicious meal at home. These small splurges might not seem like much at the time, but they can add up and sabotage your financial goals without you even realizing it. But it's not all about cutting out everything fun. The key is to be mindful of where your money goes and make intentional choices about your spending. You can still enjoy life's luxuries, just do it smartly. For instance, if you enjoy dining out, maybe cut back on takeout and save for a special meal once in a while. It's about making choices that align with your long-term financial goals while still letting yourself enjoy the present. Buffett's famous advice, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving, is a great guideline. It means you should prioritize saving and investing first. Set aside a portion of your income for savings and investments before spending on discretionary items. This approach helps you build your financial future before indulging in today's wants. Another critical piece of Buffett's wisdom is to avoid debt like the plague. He once said, "The chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken." In other words, getting trapped in debt can happen slowly and subtly, but it can become overwhelming and difficult to escape. Avoiding debt helps keep your financial situation manageable and less stressful. So, how can you develop smart spending habits? Start by tracking where your money goes. Review your bank statements regularly and categorize your expenses. It will give you a clear picture of your spending habits and help you identify areas where you might be overspending. Next, create a budget that aligns with your financial goals. It doesn't mean you have to live frugally, but it does mean allocating your money intentionally. Look for areas where you can cut back, such as unused subscriptions or daily treats. Consider setting up multiple accounts for different purposes, like one for bills and one for discretionary spending. It can help you manage your money more effectively and avoid overspending in one area. Saving for the future is also essential. Setting up automatic transfers to your savings account can help ensure that you consistently save a portion of your income. Finally, limit your use of credit cards to avoid impulse purchases. Paying with cash or a debit card can make you more mindful of your spending. Number 2. Time is money. Warren Buffett often points out that time is our most precious resource. It's something you can't buy back once it's gone, so using it wisely is crucial. Buffett suggests that while time can easily slip away if you're not careful, it can also be harnessed to your advantage. It's all about making the most of your time rather than letting it drift by. Imagine you have some free time, and you're faced with a choice of how to use it. Instead of spending hours binge-watching TV shows, Buffett advises focusing on activities that can enhance your skills and expand your opportunities. For instance, this could mean taking an online course to learn something new, reading books related to your field, or working on a personal project that could boost your career prospects. A practical way to manage your time better is to make a daily to-do list. It helps you stay organized and focused. When you list your tasks, estimate how long each will take. Doing this gives you a clear idea of how much time you have left after completing your essential tasks. You can then use this remaining time more effectively by tackling functions that contribute to your long-term goals or could lead to new opportunities. Buffett's approach to time management is all about prioritization and intentionality. By setting specific goals for what you want to achieve and allocating your time accordingly, you can ensure that you're moving closer to your objectives rather than just passing the time. For instance, you might allocate time to networking, skill building, or working on projects that showcase your abilities to advance in your career. Number 1. Long-term pays for long-term. Warren Buffett's advice about long-term investing is about playing the long game. He's a big believer that while stocks can be unpredictable in the short term, they usually become solid investments over time. Buffett's strategy revolves around buying stocks in undervalued companies and holding on to them until their true worth becomes clear. He's not looking for quick wins. He's in it for steady, reliable growth. One of the big perks of thinking long-term is the power of compounding. Essentially, this means reinvesting the returns you make so that you earn money on both your initial investment and the returns. It's like a snowball effect. Small gains build up over time and can lead to significant growth. Another benefit of a long-term mindset is diversification. Buffett advises spreading your investments across different types of assets and sectors. This way, if one investment doesn't perform well, it doesn't sink your whole portfolio. Diversification helps balance the risk and keeps your overall investment strategy on track. Long-term investing also helps you steer clear of making decisions based on emotions. It's easy to get caught up in the latest market trends or panic over short-term fluctuations. But if you focus on the bigger picture and stick to your long-term plan, you're less likely to make rash decisions that could hurt your financial goals. Buffett is also known for his disdain for get-rich-quick schemes. While they might sound tempting, they often lead to trouble rather than real wealth. Instead, Buffett recommends following proven strategies and being patient. As he famously says, while cash can be made from trees, wealth never grows on them. It means real wealth comes from steady, disciplined investing over time. Now, which of these strategies impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See ya!